Friends, I'll be honest with y'all. When Civivi first asked me if I wanted to do a review of their Timberbark fixed blade knife, well, I wasn't all that excited about it. I mean, I've always looked at Civivi as being a folding knife company. I mean, we've had some really cool knives here on the channel, like the Civivi Star Flare, and we just did a video on the Civivi Button Lock Brazen, which was a really cool Tonto-shaped blade. But a fixed blade? I didn't even know that Civivi made a fixed blade. Nevertheless, this Timberbark model. And on top of all that, I've always been really loyal to Buck when it comes to fixed blades. I mean, how is this knife ever going to compare to the likes of, let's say, the 117 Brahma, you know? But Civivi has more than pleasantly surprised me in the past. So I said, what the heck? Let's check out this blade and see how it feels. And I'm so glad I did, because not only does this little blade surprise you, it has a really cool sheath as well. And, well, let's get down to it here and check out the unboxing of this blade. So friends, it's time to grab another knife out of the stack here and check it out. And today's knife, well, it is the Timberbark, and that is from Civivi, alright? So, with our channel recently gaining 4,500 subscribers and over 1.1 million views, I figured it was time to start reaching out to some of the manufacturers and say, hey, you know, we got quite a few people here that want to check out some of your products. Now, Civivi was one of the first ones to respond, and they told me to go ahead and grab one of these Timberbarks off of Amazon, and there is our label for those that are interested in that. So let's go ahead and open this baby up, get up close and personal with it, then we're going to go outside and see what it can do. All right? So first of all, this comes with, all right, looks like I'm going to have to cut this bag open here. So that's my Civivi Star Flare. If you haven't seen that knife, that's a really cool one. All right, I'm going to try to be careful because we're going to give this knife away to one of y'all. I don't want to mess up the packaging too much. All right, so this is a nice little, looks like kind of like a tech lock or something here. I'm going to have to figure out how this works. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes you got to read the owner's manuals on these things. Squeeze that. Okay, so that comes up. I'm pretty sure this is going to rotate, but you probably got to take the screws out. So we'll check that out a little bit later. Alright, but it is nice looking. And of course, with that being said, that means the knife must be a fixed blade. So let's see what we got here. Alright. And first of all, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised. This knife is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. So let's go ahead and, well, okay. Nothing left in there but some stickers and typical stuff, so. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that stuff out of the way. Make some room so we can check out the Civivi Timberbark. Alright, move that stuff up there. Now, it's got a little protective thing on the blade. So, first of all, as you can see there, looks like it's got a full flat ground. It's got these orange G10 scales, a little bit on the thin side, and I got a Torx bit connectors, two of them holding on. It's got an exposed tang throughout, and it's got a nice sized lanyard hole. And this, check this out.
That is a pretty cool lanyard, isn't it? Look at that. That's nice. I gotta learn how to tie one like that. That is super cool. Alright, so remember guys, I have a 2 extra large hand. Okay? So it is a little bit small when I come back here, but look at that. I can choke up on that blade, got that forward choil, and now I got a full grip. Along with that, one thing I like already is that deep belly right there. Okay, I always used to look for a deep belly, and I still do. It's just, you know, I start looking at other kinds of blades like Warncliffs and, you know, these reverse Tontos. Yeah, just started gaining my interest a lot, but, you know, traditionally, I always liked a knife like this Benchmade tagged out here that's got a nice belly. And this Civivi does not disappoint when it comes to a belly, okay? And that full flat grind is going to be real nice too. Alright, so, okay, before we head outside, I know a lot of y'all are going to be interested in knowing how big a knife this is. So we have a blade that's coming in just over 3 inches. The entire knife is going to be right at 7 inches. Look at that. Handle. Okay. Now let's go up here from that front choil. You know, we got 4 inches there. But from that first finger guard there, we have 3 inches from horn to horn. Okay. And just so you know what I mean by 2 extra large hand, I got 3.5 inches from width to width of my hand there. Okay, so it does tend to make some knives look smaller on camera than they actually are, but this particular knife right here is on the petite side, and I think that is what's going to make this a pretty cool little EDC fixed blade. If I was to say that Civivi was marketing this knife towards one thing, I would say that's exactly what it's marketing, because that's a pretty cool little EDC fixed blade. Alright, now when we come back, we're going to play around with this little sheath here. Let's go outside, check out this knife, and see how it performs, okay?
So first of all, for a fairly thin blade, this knife feels really good in the hand. No hot spots. Got nice jimping right here where your thumb lands. Even more up there towards the tip. It's got that nice full flat grind with that nice belly on there. Kind of a satin finish, stonewash, I guess. Full tang construction with those G10 handle scales. Fits my hand really well for having a 2 extra large hand, you know. And gave me a lot of confidence in this little knife. The sheath here, it held the knife very well. No rattle, no noise. Guess maybe might be a little bit stiff getting it out of that sheath, but that should wear in, you know, normal with the Kydex sheaths. Does have a nice thumb ramp. Now this steel here, this is the Swedish 14C 28N steel. I'm not that familiar with it, but I heard it performs very well. It's got that nice belly there. And of course the jimping, like I already showed you. But I think it's an attractive knife. I think it looks good and it feels good. And just like all the other Civivis we've had here at the channel, this thing was razor sharp right out of the box. Now the belly on this knife makes it suitable for a multitude of tasks. And the jimping on the blade made the traction very nice and the blade very easy to handle. All right, I like the forward finger choil. I like the fact it wasn't overly done so that when I grab it like this and do my pull cuts, I can still get the sharpened part of the edge nice and close to my hand where I can apply more torque to the blade. I think they did a really nice job on this knife. Even look at the edge of the blade there. You can see it's almost like a mirror polish on there. Here's the push cut again, and it's just a joy to use this little blade. It's very handy. And it's a fairly light knife. The whole package, sheath and all, only comes in at 3.34 ounces. Here I have it mounted on the side of my dirt bike. And what a great little accessory that makes on the side of the bike. But best application, I think, is cross draw on the back of your belt right there. It is a perfect little EDC. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it to your friends, and y'all stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.